Okay, it looks like there is no countdown today. So I'm just going to give it a few seconds here to hit the different platforms so that those who are waiting to join me live don't miss any of this incredible information and results that I'm going to share with you. I am so excited to share this with you. I woke up in the best mood. It is actually day 88 today. In an 8 year, the sun is shining, everything is perfect. Okay, so are we live? Are we live? We must be live. I'm going to go ahead and have the faith that we are live. All right. Well, welcome, welcome. I am so excited you are here. I am Jessica Marie, a radical money coach, helping you become rich from the inside out and feeling free even while in debt. You know, you're here because you want to be rich. Let's face it. There's something about the question, the statement about becoming rich that allured you in, that attracted you. And that desire to have more, to become wealthy is natural. It's inherent. In fact, it's praiseworthy. Growing up as a kid, a young girl with a single mom on welfare, I wanted to be rich too. I wanted to experience all the things that I saw everyone else experiencing. And I've spent my entire life on a journey of realizing wealth and well-being from the inside out. And today I'm going to share with you some spectacular results from an incredible 90-day experiment that is just concluding now. Can you see this number? This is a really important number. This is a data point that I want to share with you. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you believe that there is a science to getting rich? Now, I know that you may feel skeptical, especially if maybe you've been burned in the past. But what I'm going to share with you today is going to perhaps blow your mind open to the fact that there actually is a science to getting rich. And this number represents my income increase in just 1 month. 354% is what my income increased in just 1 month from March 28 from February the 28th. And I wanted to share that with you because that's a really important data point. Now, if you stick with me until the end, I'm going to share with you all the details, all the data points, so that you can make up your mind for yourself. Now, it was late last year when this whole experiment began. I was introduced to a passage in this book. Now, unlike many of you, I had never been introduced to the classic, The Science of Getting Rich before. I was completely ignorant to this book. And when I was introduced to this book in such a way, I was introduced to a passage, a statement, and it's the opening in chapter 2. And it says, there is a science to getting rich. It is an exact science, like algebra or arithmetic. There are certain laws which govern the process of acquiring riches. And once a woman learns and obeys these laws, she will get rich with mathematical certainty. And when I read that, my mind felt blown. I thought that was such a bold statement to make. In fact, I thought, how can someone make such a bold statement? And as I began reading more of the book, I became hooked. I thought to myself, if this is true, that there are certain laws which govern the process of acquiring riches, and if a person learns these laws and obeys them, she will get rich with mathematical certainty. And so I got curious, I got excited, and I decided to put this to the test, to do my own experiment. And so my 90-day experiment began on January 1st. Hashtag home life. Dogs barking, someone's at the door. It's okay. The show goes on. So I decided to conduct a 90-day experiment. I said, I'm going to put these principles to the test. I'm going to put this author to the test. And I decided on January 1st that I was going to conduct a 90-day experiment. And I was going to do exactly what he said. I was going to learn these laws. I was going to obey them. And I wanted to see if there was any results that could be quantified within a 90-day period. Now, I know riches don't come to you necessarily overnight, but I thought if there was at least something to it, I would start to see little things happening. Like I would start to see opportunities, connections, collaborations, ideas. And so January 1, I put this experiment to the test. And what unfolded was absolutely spectacular. And I'm going to get to that. But first, I want to tell you exactly how I set it up so that you fully understand what was involved with this experiment, because maybe you want to try your own experiment. You want to play around like a scientist yourself and see what will happen in your life. And so the way I set this up was I knew I needed to have an accountability component. And I also needed to share it with people. So I wasn't just kind of doing it on my own, almost like a mastermind style. And so I have a membership where I have a group of ladies that are part of a membership, and we meet weekly and we are in constant connection through a Telegram chat. And so what I did was I offered it to the ladies in my membership. And I said, hey, ladies, I'm doing this thing. I'm doing this 90-day experiment. I'm studying the principles in this book. Does anyone want to join me? And to my amazement, most of the women in my membership already had the book. They already knew the book. They've already read it some multiple times, and many of them jumped on board. So, okay, now I have a little group of women. I have like a little mastermind of women who are all interested in the same goal. And we have accountability. I'm holding myself accountable in this way. And so my 90-day experiment began in January 1st with this small group of women who were also interested in the same thing. And so what ended up happening was week after week, I studied and integrated the principles in the book. And in a way where I wasn't just consuming like the whole book and then putting it aside, I was literally reading one, sometimes two chapters a week, every day for a week. So not only was I reading it, but I was the repetition of reading the same thing over and over again was making it easy for it to sink into my subconscious mind and to remember it. So I studied the material and I integrated everything I was reading into my life on a daily, weekly basis. And I also combined the reading of the chapters and the integrating of the principles with what I've learned and now call the core four. It's a set of four daily rituals that I do in conjunction with reading the book and integrating the principles. So I do this every day. It takes 30 minutes. Okay. Who here can devote 30 minutes to getting rich? I mean, I think pretty much everyone could say I could devote 30 minutes of my day every single day to getting rich if that in fact is going to be the outcome. So I was committed, and it was so important for me to not only be committed, but to hold myself accountable every single day, because my data would not be accurate if I missed a day. And I'm proud to say that I have not missed a single day. Today is day 88. It's actually not even the end of the 90 days yet. Today is day 88, and I have not missed a single day. And I am so proud to say that. So the accountability was in place. The mastermind style was in place with a group of women who were all interested in the same thing. And January was my baseline. Okay. So income wise, January was my baseline. And so week after week, I studied and integrated the principles. Week after week, I completed the daily ritual of what I call the core four. And I held myself accountable every single day, not missing a day. Now, what ended up unfolding is by the end of month one, this is when the magic started happening. And this is really exciting because it was January 29th, and we were on a monthly study group call where these women who were interested in studying the book and doing the thing I was doing, we were meeting once a month at the end of every month to discuss the chapters that we had read and the principles and our experiences with integrating them. And on that call on January 29th, one of the ladies in the membership shared how she'd always wanted to hear this book in the female tense, like women focused, with language that actually speaks to women, because this book is 114 years old. And it's not exactly written in a time where women are associated with money and wealth. And so the text is all centered around men. It's about he, it's about him, it's about his. And so you don't realize it's a powerful, powerful subconscious kind of barrier that keeps women from really fully receiving all that is there in those pages. And so I was lit up by this idea. I thought this was a great idea, to have this book speak directly to women, because I've studied women's studies, gender studies, and I know how language is so powerful. Language is so important. And so the idea came into my awareness through this conversation in the study group about having this book speak directly to women. And so I got lit up by this idea. I literally came alive and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a great idea. This is fantastic. And so when I get lit up by something, I'm an action taker. And I don't let things sit around in my mind collecting dust for 2 years. I literally take action. And so within the next day, I was literally on the phone contacting people I know who are publishers, who are writers, who create books, who do layouts, all of these things. And I started getting information about, what would it cost to actually create something like this? This idea of creating the book initially in my mind was going to take a year. I was like, yeah, maybe in November we'll put it out, we'll take the year kind of like, creating it. And my friend was like, are you kidding me? Like, really? A year? That's insane. You don't need a year to do this. And then so from a year, it got shortened to 6 months. I'm like, okay, do you think we could do it in 6 months? Of course we can do it in 6 months. Actually, my friend said to me, Jessica, wake up. This is such a powerful time for women to receive this book in this way. Like, this can be done in a month. And so a creation that went from 12 months literally went to 6 months. Sorry. Yeah, went to 6 months, and then it went to 1 month. 1 month. That was the first big sign of, oh my gosh, maybe there is something to this science of getting rich thing. So the science of getting rich for women was born. In February, this massive action that I had taken to realizing a formless idea into physical form was moving at quantum speed. The momentum had been building. The excitement, the anticipation for this creation to come out in this way at this time was incredible. The fire behind it was so powerful. And everyone that I spoke to about it, everyone who worked on with it, in fact, the creative designer, Amy Bell, behind this creation, she literally said that she felt like Wallace D. Wattles was sitting beside her as she was creating the layout for it and creating the design for the cover. Like that just gave me so many chills. And then another incredible thing happens. A friend, a dear friend, an angel in my life. She literally gifted me a $10,000 book publication program that she had invested in, that she had purchased. She gave it to me and saying, here, I think this can help you on your journey to creating this project. I was so blown away and moved by her generosity and the gift that was actually going to help me see this creation through. I drove 3 hours for a photo shoot to get this book completed. The manuscript, the book layout was all completed by February 23rd. And on February 29th, the leap day of all days, this incredible book was live on Amazon in 31 days. In 31 days. Like my mind was absolutely blown at that point. And I became a true believer of the science of getting rich. All of a sudden, my email list grew by 35%. I had a whole new group of women who were in my world, who were interested in the science of getting rich, interested in this book, interested in the conversation of women rising, of women becoming rich. Now, in February, I had no new increase in my revenue. That's another data point. So January was the baseline. February, the book was created and it came out, but I had no new increase in revenue. But then in March, the last month of the 90-day experiment, March 8th, International Women's Day. Of course, it's on the 8th. We're in a collective 8-year. International Women's Day is on the 8th. Today is the 88th. My life path is an 8. Like, there's so many 8s going on here. But on International Women's Day, me and the creative director of this book, my graphic designer, the extraordinary Amy Bell, we launched the Science of Getting Rich for Women podcast. We launched the book and we launched the podcast at the very same time. We hadn't planned this. We didn't have any graphics, any intro, any music, like nothing was set up. You know, I said to Amy at one point, Amy, you know, we are building this plane as we fly it. Like this creation is coming out now. And I feel like it's just coming through me. It's not really mine and it's not for me, but it is in a way. And it's just coming through me because I'm the person that can see it through. And it needs to come out because it's for women. It's for all of us because now is our time. The book and the podcast launched on International Women's Day. And then on March 11, 12, and 13, I did a 3-day free masterclass in the free Facebook group called Money Code, the Science of Getting Rich. Now, if you are interested and would like to experience that free 3-day masterclass where I go deeper into the principles in this book, then find that group on Facebook, ask to join. I'll approve your request right away. It's called Money Code, the Science of Getting Rich. It was 3 days of spectacular information to help you get from where you are to on your way to where you want to go. Um, and then finally, new ideas just started popping off. You know, when you start to open yourself to this science of getting rich stuff, there's like divine inspiration that starts dropping in because it's almost like this channel opens up. Whereas before, maybe there was like a bit of a kink in the neck or something where, you just didn't know. You just didn't know all that was available and all that was possible for you. And then you become aware to this and you're like, oh my gosh, this is possible. It gets to be this easy. Yes, it does. And it gets to be fun and it gets to make you money. And so here we are at the end of March, day 88. I have a new passive income stream on Amazon, which is set up, which is now selling books. I have never had a passive stream of income before. And now I can say I have a passive stream of income that is selling on the back end 24/7. And I don't have to do anything more for it. Like, that is so exciting. I've got almost, the last count was 84 5-star reviews across 3 countries on Amazon. And I increased my monthly revenue in March from the previous month by 354%. So I ask you, do you think there is a science to getting rich? You know, like all scientists do, I'll let the data speak for itself. Here's the data in a nutshell. Multiple desires were realized for $0 or little dollars. I forgot to even mention those things. There were 2 things that happened to me, one in January, one in February, things that I had been like desiring, and they literally just came into my life. One cost me $5, the other one cost me $0. I didn't even get into that. A $10,000 publishing program was gifted to me. A new stream of passive income was generated. I increased my email list by 35%. I launched a podcast to reach even more women and create this movement of women rising up and getting rich. I sold a new program, the Money Mind Mastermind, and I increased my monthly revenue by 354% from the previous month. If you do what I did with focus, with commitment, with accountability, and you surround yourself with a group of women who all desire the same thing and who are all in harmony with the same goal, you will see results. Or if what you've heard today excites you, and if it makes sense, I want to invite you into my world, into the Money Mind Mastermind, where over the next 3 months, we're going to journey together doing exactly what I've been doing for the last 3 months. By the end of our 3 months together, you're going to know exactly how to become rich with mathematical certainty so that you can have more, you can do more, you can be more, and you can leave more behind when you leave as a legacy. And you'll have a new and more confident self-image as you elevate into greater levels of your worthy, wealthy self. And you're going to feel limitless. You're going to feel empowered to do these things every single day so that you can realize more wealth, so that you can rise into greater levels of prosperity. Because there is a science to getting rich. It is an exact science, like algebra or arithmetic. There are certain laws which govern the process of acquiring riches. And once you learn and obey these laws, you will get rich with mathematical certainty. I'm a believer now. I'm not finished with my experiment. In fact, this is not an experiment for me anymore. This is becoming my way of life. These results are spectacular. And I share them with you because they're possible for you. If they're possible for me, they're possible for you. We are the same potential. We are made of the same substance. In fact, we are the same. We are one. We just have different beliefs and subconscious programming, but we can get past all that stuff. And this is what we'll be doing in the Money Mind Mastermind. Now, I want you to just notice how your body feels right now. What is your body feeling at the idea of rising into greater levels of wealth and prosperity? What are you feeling? Are you feeling excitement? Are you feeling alive? Notice that vibration. That vibration is literally connected to your heart and soul. There's a reason why you're feeling that. Because you have a desire. It is inherent. It is a natural thing to want more. And then they'll come in the doubt. There'll come in some fear and some uncertainty. You know, like if money was no object, you might be like, yeah, I'm in. I want to do that thing. It sounds like so much fun. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what happens for me. And then your paradigm starts speaking to you. Your subconscious programming starts telling you, oh, but you won't get the same results. That's because that happened for her. That's you're different. Nothing always works out for you in such a spectacular way. I want you to notice that voice, because that voice is your paradigm and that voice is your subconscious programming. And it's that voice that is literally keeping you where you are right now. In order to rise into greater levels of wealth and prosperity, we have to go toe to toe with the paradigm, with the subconscious programming, because it is this invisible force that is keeping you where you are. So if you are getting excited, if you are coming alive by the idea of coming into my world, locking arms with me, journeying life together over the next 3 months, where if you're as committed as I am, you will see results with mathematical certainty. Because Mr. Waddle says this is an exact science and failure is impossible. It's impossible. I know, bold statement. So I want to invite you to push past that fear, because on the other side of fear is greatness. It's where all the magic is. It's where all the miracles are. And it is where your world completely opens up. And then you level up and you become a match for more. Your whole world will literally rearrange and meet you at this next level. This is such an exciting time. So if this interests you, wherever you're watching this live stream, I want you to comment the word money. Comment the word money, and I will reach out to you. I'll share my link with you, and you can book a no sales pressure, no obligation call, just so that you can learn a little bit more about the Money Mind Mastermind. I'll share all the details with you with no pressure or no obligation. And then you can decide for yourself if this is a right fit for you or not. It's not my vibe to overcome objections or to put pressure on people to buy things. That's not my vibe. I want soul aligned women to come into my world with a full body hell yes. Like, I'm ready to do this. Let's go. Because when you come into my world with that energy, you get results. So comment the word money and I'll reach out to you with my calendar link. You can book a call and I'll share with you all the details of what that looks like. Okay. Now, this is an intimate group. There's only 15 spots available. 10 of them are already booked, secured, locked in. I've got spots for 5 more women. 5 more women to join us in the Money Mind Mastermind, where we rise up, we get rich, we see results. Failure is impossible. Now, something really exciting I'm offering is for the next 3 people that join the Money Mind Mastermind, I'm offering a bonus 1-month private coaching. So as we journey through the Money Mind Mastermind over the course of 3 months, the first month, really the most powerful month as you're starting to shift into new perspectives, taking in new ideas and harmonizing with these principles is going to be a really powerful way for you to start this journey. And so for the next 3 people that join the Money Mind Mastermind, you're going to get a free 1-month private coaching experience. I call this master level service. Master level service is like white glove service at a fine boutique shop. Have you ever had white glove service before? It's divine. It's divine. You feel so special, so important. So comment the word money and I'll share with you all the details. And you'll decide for yourself if it feels aligned. Now, in closing, I'm just going to read a quote from the book, which is really like the creed of the entire book. And he writes, "There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing imaged by the thought. A woman can form things in her mind, and by impressing her thought upon formless substance, can produce the thing she thinks about." Your desires, your dreams are your destiny. Are you ready for them? That's the question. Now go out and get rich. Have a wonderful day. Bye.